Tom Waits is an American blues slash jazz slash experimental singer, songwriter, and musician. He started out as a jazz musician and singer in 1971, vocal jazz, and he morphed into more blues folk area. And then as time went on, he got some decidedly experimental elements going on in his music. He's created a kind of hobo slash beat poet persona. He's been incredibly successful worldwide. He's also worked as an actor. Since his first album came out in 1973, he's had 17 more.
Hi, my name's Dan, and this is a review of Bad As Me by Tom Waits, which was released in 2011. And it's my first listen to this album. It was his 17th and most recent studio album as I record this. And it was his first new album first album of new material for 7 years at this point. So once again, we've had a fair number of Tom Waits albums. There's going to be more to come as we go through this list. And I'm faced with this task again of trying to describe Tom Waits' music because it's quite, I don't know if it's entirely unique, but it is certainly idiosyncratic, I would say. And it would be really easy for me to say, yes, this is Tom Waits. It's quite typical Tom Waits in lots of ways. But if you don't know Tom Waits and you're just dipping in, then that doesn't help you very much. So I will try and describe what's going on here in my mind anyway. So I feel the word Americana is one that's a useful one to use. It has elements of jazz, country, blues, folk, and rockabilly on this album. But I feel like it's as if it's been performed by a barroom band who are half drunk, banging out some stuff. That doesn't mean it's not skilled, but it has that kind of looseness of feel to it. But the band are in a Tim Burton movie, so maybe in Beetlejuice, for example, and it's got this kind of colourful, grotesque feel to it. Which, yeah, I the more I feel this association or this thought of Tim Burton, it's like, yeah, I think that really works for me as a description. So I hope it works for you as well. It's got unusual approaches to percussion and rhythm and to instrumentation and to singing. His vocals go from very growly to falsetto, and he's definitely putting on uh, some of this, affecting some kind of feels as he sings. And so there's a kind of rockabilly track in here as well. It's very varied in feel and heaviness, but it all is it becomes unified by this kind of approach that he's got. They're all kind of fairly short, tight songs about a variety of weird topics. They're in a kind of alternate reality where it's this junkyard hobo life that he's living, which is this persona that he's created. So as I've reviewed and encountered Tom Waits over the last 2, 3, maybe actually a bit more years, because I used to do reviews for a blog, have started to actually quite embrace Tom Waits and enjoy it. But I think there certainly was for me an initial what the flip's going on here feeling about him. You have to get past that, or I had to get past that. So it may be that if you're new to Tom Waits, you do get that reaction as you first approach it. And once you kind of got your ear in, maybe then it becomes easier to listen to. For a Tom Waits album, I would say I think this is a really good one. It's varied. It's got lots of interesting characters in it. There's some nice variation in the music. The music's well done. It's not as extreme as in his experimentation as some of his other albums, but I don't like doing so much in the way of comparisons to other albums. There's some raucous, noisy stuff. There is a bit of swearing in it as well. My wife, on hearing one track, reacted quite negatively to it and said, "This is very unpleasant." So maybe it is true that it's an acquired taste. I quite liked it, and so gave it a pretty good score. There we go. So that's what I think of the album. Can you guess what I'm going to do now? If you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know that at this point, I invite you to tell me what you think of this album. So if you know the album and you've got an opinion, or you feel like a vague opinion is coming, then please share that with me and with everybody else or anybody else who cares to read the comments. And yeah, let's talk about it. And if you don't have an opinion because you haven't heard the album, I would encourage you to go listen to at least some of the album and throw an opinion in. I would love to get as many comments as possible because I enjoy that side of having a chat. Right, I'm going to stop talking about it now because that's it from me for now.
You're the head on the spear. You're the nail on the cross. You're the fly in my beer. You're the key that got lost. You're the letter from Jesus on the bathroom wall. Your mother superior.